What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Phaithful Phanatics show. We are live here on a Wednesday, streaming to you on the DSM-Media Twitter channel, as well as the DSM-Media Philadelphia YouTube channel. Guys, so first and foremost, make sure to do us a favor and yourself a favor. Check us out on Twitter at DSM_media is where you can find us. Make sure to hit that follow button. And then, of course, to be interactive and follow us along on YouTube, make sure to check out the YouTube link. It's in our bio in the link tree. Smash that subscribe button, share it, like the video. Friends, family, any other Philly sports fans you may know that could enjoy the content. We greatly appreciate each and every one of you. It's going to be a long show, Scotty. We've been dreading this one. Both had a busy weekend. Obviously, we didn't get to it on Friday. And then day by day, we were like, all right, let's take a breath. Let's take a step. Let's get back. And here we are on our regularly scheduled program on a Wednesday, reading our 2025 Phillies Eulogy as that season came to an end last Thursday in one of the most hilariously despicable ways that I've ever seen a baseball game end, B, a playoff baseball game end, C, a game in which my favorite team was being eliminated and in. And on the same night as that game's coming to a close, the Birds are up in the Meadowlands. We said on the pregame show, you don't have to watch the game. It's not even a question. The Giants just lost to Spencer Rattler and the Saints. Some injuries popped up, and the Birds found a way to lose by 17. Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo last Thursday, man. So Eagles have lost 2 straight. Philly season has come to another disappointing end. Lots of big names coming up on the free agent market for them and decisions for Dombrowski to be made. Rob Thompson's coming back for the 2026 season. Zadarius Smith has decided to retire this week. Look, we're called the Phaithful Phanatics. Our boys are testing our strength to be faithful.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say right now. So what is going on? Happy Wednesday. Is it a happy Wednesday? I don't know how you're feeling, but what's going on, TR?
No, man, you hit the nail on the head, man. It just felt like the layers kept getting added on there of just disdain, man. And we're just at the beginning of like the peak of like sports season, right? Like fall and like all this.
Oh yeah, this is supposed to be the best time.
We thought we would have like Phillies baseball throughout October. Here we are. But no, I wanted to add one to the list, man. The goalie interference for the Flyers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that too many people were paying attention to what was that, Saturday night or Friday night when the Flyers lost?
Yeah, and it was like I didn't want to pay too much attention because I didn't want to have like my feelings hurt more.
They're on the back burner right now for a lot of people, but like Flyers should be 2-1 at the moment. They're 1-2 because of a crazy, a crazy overturned goal in overtime on the road, in which got reviewed and they still got it wrong, Scotty. So the NHL is becoming the NFL of the MLB of the NBA. They just find ways to look at the same things we're looking at on camera and still get the answers wrong.
I thought that was nuts. Yeah. Happy your workday's ending, nonetheless, Terry. I think that's a good thing.
Yes.
Nonetheless.
I do see your next comment, my man. Look, I was
That's
thinking
the positive
about that last night. I am sadly but happily amped for next week for this Sixers opener, man. You get the Celtics, which obviously Jason Tatum and whatever.
Yeah.
We'll see how the Celtics look to open the season, but nonetheless, strap in.
Yeah.
Because they might be our last hope right now, man. But,
I'm embarrassingly excited for the Sixers this year. It's ridiculous. But I did want to say, because we just talked about it before we started the show, man. And I was so embarrassed after Thursday, man. And it wasn't even me that went out there on the field or the pitch or whatever you want to call it, right? I wasn't out there on the mound. But I was just embarrassed of coming on the show last Thursday before those games kicked off and how they ultimately turned out, man. I was just so confident. Maybe not as confident in the Phillies, but like you said, the way that they lost, that it just can't happen in a more painful setting. Yeah. I feel like.
No, man. Look,
the type of error. Yeah, where do you want to start with the Phillies, man? I'm gonna let you dig in a little bit here, but
I mean, we'll start with how the season ended, right? I know that 6 days ago. We're not gonna look too much back into what took place in the 11th inning in Los Angeles because people have listened to that and spoken about that more than enough over the last almost week. But it is something to talk about. They lost this game for so many reasons, though. Like, it does go much deeper than Orion Kerkering literally pissing down his leg on national television in live time. I've never seen anything like that. After 2 days, it kind of sunk in. I do feel bad for the human. I just don't know how you bounce back from that in this city.
He's gonna
We have
live.
all these free agents. Yeah. I don't know how Orion Kerkering pitches in this city again after what took place. I mean, we all know where the ball should have went. We all saw the still frame of JT pointing the first. Even after he had botched the ground ball, he kicked it, booted it.
Yeah.
Andy Pajes was 15 feet down the line, man. By the time he really picked up the ball, he would have been out by 15 feet if he just turns and makes an accurate throw to Bryce. They should have kept playing, but it goes beyond that. Again, your top 3 hitters were 1 for 14 in this game, and the one came in the first inning of a Kyle Schwarber double. They had a chance to cash in early. They didn't in this game as well. Rob Thompson's decision to go to Orion Kerkering when he inherited runners, which was a problem all year as well as in the postseason.
Yeah.
It's just funny, man, because we kind of said it before Game 4. Like, not that the Phillies were outplaying the Dodgers in any sense, but it didn't feel like the Dodgers were really outplaying the Phillies going into Game 4. The Phillies finished the series with a +2 run differential, and they lost in 4 games. They lost in 4 and had a +2 run differential.
That's a stat I have not heard yet.
That's how big the little things in that series was, man. But listen, the game ended because Orion Kerkering shit his pants. The Phillies lost because the top 3 hitters just did not show up again.
Yeah, no, I completely agree, man. And I'll throw something else out there. The way that they contained or eliminated Shohei Ohtani from the series, like, he didn't matter in this series amazingly enough for the Dodgers. He was 1 for 18, 1 RBI, he had 2 walks and 9 strikeouts in this series across 4 games. Yeah. And still the Phillies just aren't able to come through. And you mentioned it, it's that top 3 of the lineup, man. Just especially in that closeout game, right? Bryce goes 0 for 4. I think Trey Turner was 0 for 5 in that game. Mm-hmm. It can't happen. It can't happen, right? And it's just something that keeps on recurring. I did want to ask you kind of a piggyback question off of that note. Who are you most disappointed in coming out of this postseason series? And I know you can go in a bunch of different directions, man, but what sticks out to you?
Man, that's tough. I will say, because of what's coming up on the market and the almost historic regular season he had this year, I will say Kyle Schwarber, and here's why. And I'm not trying to excuse what the other 2 did. Bryce Harper, while Bedlam at the Bank is long ago now, you can't keep living off of that. Bryce also was one of the only 2 players that showed up last year against the Mets. Yeah. Bryce, like everybody, was playing well before. So Bryce, even with this series, still has a playoff OPS of like over 1,000 with the Phillies. He was a Silver Slugger a year ago, right? People keep talking about this decline. Yeah, he didn't look all that great. He didn't look like MV3 this season. Could be a multiple reasons for that. Could be starting to get an age. I don't know. He obviously shares a ton of the blame. Trey shares a ton of the blame coming off that injury. Yeah. Kyle Schwarber, outside of Game 3 in this series, hasn't done anything since 2023 in the postseason. Like, he had 1 hit against the Mets series last year. He had Game 3 this year. I mentioned the double, but that was it this series. We all know what everyone did in Game 6. So quite literally since 2023, Kyle Schwarber has been nothing. And I point to him because of what's about to be demanded this offseason by him. And we're going to get to, what are your plans for the Phillies?
Yeah.
What are you hoping for?
Yeah.
I would still bring Kyle Schwarber back. I still want Kyle Schwarber back. To TR's point, like a 30, what is he, 33, 34-year-old DH demanding a 5-year, probably $30+ million a year contract. When again, man, I don't care about your 56 home runs in the regular season.
In the regular season. Yeah.
I don't. So
yeah. And I think it's a good point because, I mean, if you look at this series, the Phillies went as Kyle Schwarber went. He cranks 2 in that, game 3 in LA, and the Phillies followed suit, were able to pull out a W in that game. And
they were 7 for 13.
You see how it lights up the lineup when Kyle Schwarber gets them going. It's not to say that he has to hit a home run every single night, but I mean, when he's out there swinging at the wind, it's not going to give the rest of the lineup confidence. And I think that really stuck out. I think it's fair. Like Trey Turner, it's just it sucks.
They all deserve fair share of the blame.
Yeah,
it's just when you're looking forward and you're taking into account like what they really do in the regular season, right? Because all right, Kyle hits the 55 home runs, but Trey was the batting champ. He hits for over 300 this year. Bryce can hit 30+ home runs. I think he hit 28 or 27 this year, and he's going to hit 290, 285 plus. He's a silver slugger. He's an MVP candidate. Kyle's going to hit 56 home runs, but when he's not, he's going to hit about 210.
Yeah.
And he's the oldest of the crew, and he can't play the field. And he's going to demand the most AAV of the 3 guys because Trey's what? Trey's 30 a year. Bryce is like 25 or 26 a year on his current deal. If Kyle gets 30+ a year, that makes him the highest paid annual, of those 3. And I don't know that you do that, man. Something has to change this offseason. As much as I love Kyle Schwarber, the guy, Kyle Schwarber, the player, all the Schwarber bombs.
Yeah.
At a certain point, I know he showed up in game 3. That means nothing to me.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think when you look around this roster, maybe to your point, Kyle Schwarber leaving the Phillies is not the answer. It's not that we're saying that. It's more or less it's something that has to change. And there's a lot of moving pieces going into this offseason that we have to cipher through and figure out how we're going to maneuver to bring some of these pieces back, right? So it's interesting, man. I pulled up the one comment, I think it was from Martian regarding the bullpen.
Yeah, I get right there.
When you weigh it out, like bullpen, or is it just that simple that it was a pure mixture of both going to shit? And I'm talking about the top of the batting lineup versus the bullpen and their contributions. Like, which way do you go there?
No, it's the lineup because first of all, those guys are the big money guys above anything.
They're the big money bats, yeah.
But in what way? What way did the bullpen? Kerkering, because Kerkering gave up runs in 2 of the 4 games, and the Robertson decision was just a piss poor decision by the manager. Everyone saw that coming.
Yeah.
Strahm, what, let up an RBI single with 2 outs to Ohtani, wasn't terrible. Or no, and he gave up 3. Strahm and Kerkering. So I'll give you that, right? Duran didn't get the pitch with a lead or a tie game. And then it's like, all right, well, he did, and he walked in a runner to make it 1-1 in that game. I get it. Like, you got to throw strikes. I was very upset at that at bat as well. Like, in that scenario, you walk Ohtani 2 outs. It's a 1-0 game in the 7th inning. You know you have to put the ball over the plate to Mookie. Man, you pump 102, brother. There's no reason to be playing with the sinker down. You put yourself in a 2-0 hole. Come on. The first pitch should have been 103 up in the zone. Make them swing. If not, it's a strike. You put yourself in a 2-0 hole. So, they all deserve blame. But again, they got put in these tightrope walking scenarios, like Strahm coming in with 2 outs in 2nd and 3rd again, and then Teoscar rips the home run, right?
Yeah.
Kerkering the first time coming in with 1st and 2nd or 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. Should have had 2 of the outs. A bad throw by Trey, right? So it's like there's a lot that goes into it. Overall, I don't think the bullpen was awful. The starting pitching, that's something we haven't touched on because how am I supposed to spin a positive out of this? The starting pitching was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Everybody. And then
Luzardo,
Jesus Luzardo comes in relief. The Nola Ranger game.
mix.
Sanchez starts. Every starting pitcher fucking brought it for this team, dude.
Yeah. No, I completely agree, man. And I don't know. It just leaves me like lost with the Phillies because we move forward. And like you said, and obviously we'll talk about next steps for them, but I still I want to dig like your overall feeling on this, because there's got to be a little bit of pain, but a little bit of looking towards the future as well, with a little bit of concern. And for me, man, it's like, how do we move forward with expectations? Like, are they the Sixers? Like, and maybe they've had more success. Like, they did get to the World Series at the beginning of the core, right? But
in 22, they got to the World Series. In 23, they got to the championship series. The Sixers haven't been past the second round, so
they've accomplished more. But like 162 games we went through this season, waiting for Red October.
That's where I'm at, man. Like, look, I'm going to be excited for Phillies baseball again next year. We're excited for Sixers basketball again. It's just how
it goes in rotation.
But I'm at the point where, I'm sure there's going to be times next spring and next summer where we're on here and I am defending them against people or whatever, but I can't. Yeah, they are very Sixers. Like, I can't blame people anymore for saying the regular season doesn't matter, because that's where I'm at now.
Yeah,
Scotty, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I don't give a fuck about the division. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to win the NL East back-to-back years. It's cool to win almost 100 games. I don't care. I mean, look at what we did this year and last year. Look what the Milwaukee Brewers are about to do. That series is not going back to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
2-0 Dodgers for 3 in LA. It's going 4 or 5. So I don't care about the division. I truly don't. I don't care about the 56 home runs. It's cool. It's something to talk about. It's something to celebrate in a sense.
Yeah.
But ultimately, if those things are not going to push you any further to winning a championship or getting to a championship, then I simply just don't care as much about that anymore. I don't know where you go from here. Like, that's the conversation everyone's in now, right? It's got to be a busy offseason for Dombrowski. It has to be. You cannot run it back again.
Yeah.
You can't do it. Some heads got to roll. Rob Thompson's back. I'm fine with it. His contract's up at 26 anyway. We'll see if they give him an extension or not. I don't know. Caleb Cotham should 1,000% be brought back. Everybody else on that coaching staff can go.
Yeah, Kevin
Fielding
Long.
coaches, Kevin Long, they all can get out of town. Then you get to the players. Do you bring Kyle back? What kind of contract would you give Trey? Ranger, right. That's arguably the biggest one at the moment.
He's the one that's on my mind, man. That one's hurting me.
You have the Bader situation, which I believe is like a mutual like player and club option type of deal going on. I hope that he would be back next year for this team.
Yeah.
And then it's like, do you move on from Castellanos? By all accounts, that would seem like the same thing to do.
Yeah.
Is it time to move on? Like, boom, right? Like
Boom. Yeah.
But at the same time, man,
I'm not saying do it. I'm just saying
wasn't the fucking problem.
Got to be on the table, but that even Cassie down the stretch was one of the only guys getting the bat on the ball. Like, I do feel you, because we're describing moves and they don't involve really the top three of that lineup that cost you the series.
The core of the issue was in the last two postseasons. Last year, Nick Castellanos was Bryce Harper had 2 games in that series. Obviously, he had the home run to come back in game 2. Bryce and Castellanos showed up last year. Keyword being Castellanos. Not really that Costi showed up in this series, but he had the 2-run double that should, but then he messed up on the base pass. So that kind of goes hand in hand, right?
Yeah.
Costi wasn't the overall problem, right?
Yeah.
Alec Bohm, damn sure, wasn't the problem in the series. But what am I going to say? Don't move on from Alec Bohm. Or move on from Alec Bohm, but keep Kyle Schwarber. Like, I don't know what to do, bro. I do not know what to do. One thing I was looking at, like, is Luzardo? Luzardo's back this year, I'm assuming, right? Because he's not on. So. Yes, he's through this year. Okay, so
he's not a name that. Yeah, he was not a name that I've heard.
That was a guy I was interested to see what they do. So Luzardo's back, so that's a positive. If I had, let me ask you this, man, because you keep throwing it to me. Of those 3, of JT, Schwarber, Ranger, who would you like to see back?
Man, It's so tough because what you get maybe one more season of Zach Wheeler,
Yes.
one
Well,
more, and
no,
that's if he's healthy.
two. I think he
Two
said through
through his
2027.
contract, right through the end of
Yeah.
his contract. So
Right, and that's if he's okay to start this upcoming season. Like,
right. Well, I guess the question would be what do you trust more in, like, and maybe I'm reaching here, but your farm system, right? And your youth that you can possibly have and bring up next year to contribute to the roster. Like, would you say the pitching you have a little bit more in the pitching staff than you do? No.
I don't. I mean, look. I mean, obviously Andrew Painter has to come up, right?
Right. Yeah,
Has
that's what I'm getting at. So then where does that leave? And it's not to say that Ranger would be the last guy out. It's just that he's the free agent. You know
No,
what I
but
mean?
all right. So let's think about this, right? Because Taiwan was still mixed in this year. So if you came back, if you brought Ranger back and brought up Painter, you would have Wheeler, Nola, Ranger, Lizardo, Painter. I mean, that's fucking disgusting.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah.
So I mean, to get you would have the best rotation in baseball if you didn't already this year. I mean, you would
It's
have
like,
to
who is
imagine
replacing JT?
Justin Crawford, whose name was rumored around August of coming up, and is he the platoon? Is he the guy in the outfield that you play every day around the trade deadline? I don't know.
Who's replacing JT Realmuto, though?
See,
You know what I mean?
I'm not trying to make this a positive, but no. They were absolutely all disgusting in the playoffs. Not until the playoffs. That starting five, that starting four were all disgusting this series. They shut down the Los Angeles Dodgers in all 4 games. So that is not even like
And you didn't have Wheeler
problem moving forward. And you didn't have Zach Wheeler.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get, like, I know, like, the overall vibe is all disgusting, Martian, but the starting pitching is disgusting, whatever. Bro, I mean, I get it, but, like, come on, like, 6 innings, 2 runs, and then what do you do in game 4? No runs. Like, he like, they were all absolutely phenomenal.
The bats, man. It's just...
yeah, man. And, like, so I want to go back to this because I know Martian's only kind of, like, joking, I think. But, like, this is not what I'm saying. The Phillies have a lot of problems. I'm questioning internally, how would I make, like, what am I supposed to diagnose as the correct move moving forward?
Which are the most hurtful problems right now, because it feels like they're coming, like
Alec Bohm and JT Realmuto all year long in the regular season versus, like, Kyle Schwarber. I'll be like, get those two the fuck out of here. Pay Schwarber blank check whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Then you get to the postseason, and Alec Bohm's on base multiple times in all 4 games, and JT is getting on base, and Kyle has 1 good game. So when, like, if I'm moving forward, I do want Kyle back. Like, I do personally, but am I giving him a 4 or 5 year deal, 30 plus a year right now with how they've played in the postseason?
Let's paint it this way. What's a world look like? What's Philly's world look like without Kyle Schwarber in the lineup?
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Because, like, I mean, obviously, then the money's going to be spent somewhere, right? Like, if you're not giving Schwarber $30 million, I saw Martian's point
Pete
about
Alonso.
We deserve Pete Alonso. Bryce has pounded the table for I'll move back to right field. I don't know if the Phillies want that with his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great question. What does it? JT Realmuto, they all seem so important, but they all seem like a problem. Like, what do we do without Kyle Schwarber moving forward? I don't know, but we're not winning with Kyle Schwarber. Well, if you don't bring back JT Realmuto this year, is Rafael Marchand your everyday starting catcher?
Right.
And then when he sits, is Garrett Stubbs getting called back up to be the backup? Like, JT
And
I don't know what you do.
the other side of that also, man, especially in the Kyle Schwarber and even the Ranger Suarez situation, what does the other side of them leaving looks like? Where do they go? Do they go to the fucking Mets? Do they go to the fucking Dodgers? Do they go to the fucking Brewers? Like, where do they go if they do leave? Because Kyle Schwarber's not going to a non-contending team. He's going to a team where he can win a championship, right?
Yeah.
Unless he's just at that money-grabbing point of his career, but I don't think he is. I think he wants to win, but also be paid for his production, right? And I get that, but it's like, man, if one of these guys go to a division rival, I mean, that's like the last thing I want to see is us going up against Ranger in the playoffs. Like, I don't want to see that shit, man. So
a very fair point, man.
That just, it speaks to where the Phillies are, because if we feel this way, imagine being the guy that has to manage the finances of it. So
so that's the other thing, right? Like, what we know of Dombrowski and what we know of Middleton, right? They're not afraid to spend. I mean, over the last 3 years, the Phillies have been top 4 in payroll, right? I don't think that's going to stop, and they still have so many big contracts on board anyway. But my point is, like, if you're Dombrowski, if you're Middleton, right, and you're saying, I'm not giving Kyle that money, and if I bring JT back, it's on like a 1 year or 2 year like small deal. If I bring Ranger back, it's on whatever. It's on a third pitching. I don't know. Are you a little concerned? Because, like, what if their approach now is, well, look where the money's gotten us. Look where the money's gotten the Mets. Look where the money's getting the Yankees. What if they decide to just kind of fill in holes? Like, move on from Castellanos, move on from Bohm, but it's not Alex Bregman at third base this offseason.
Right.
And it's not Kyle Tucker out in right field. It's not Bryce back in right, and it's not Pete Alonso at first. What if they say we're not playing the big money game this offseason? That scares the fuck out of me, because I know it's been the big money guys that are technically the problem right now in the lineup. But what confidence at all am I supposed to have if Schwarber and Ranger leave and you replace them with Painter coming up, and I don't even know. I don't have a name for you. I haven't looked at or whatever, but
I feel you. I think, when you look at it that way, the only caveat, because I feel the exact same way as you, I think it's hard to have confidence moving forward. Like I said, what does the lineup without Schwarber's name at the front of it look like? And I don't know how intimidating it is, honestly. When we look at the teams that we've lost to some of the commenters' points throughout the show, it was like Teoscar Hernandez that killed us in the series. Who was it? Edmund that came in and cracked.
Tommy Edmund. Yep.
Just comes in or no, it wasn't him that came in and cracked. It was when we brought in the bullpen.
Edmund hits the home run. Andy Pages is the one that puts the ball in play against Kirkring to end the game, right? Like,
so it always seems like it's the name, it's the little name guys, right? That seem to kill us, the Diamondbacks of the team of like guys that I had never heard of going into that series, man. But no, it's
certainly a debate, right? Because while I throw out that worry or argument of, well, what has the money gotten us? And the Mets didn't make the playoffs, and the Yankees were the same round exit as we were, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The problem is, guess who's number 1 in payroll, or whatever they are. I know they're top 3, but
the best team.
Number 1.
Yeah.
Right. So so the team that knocked us out this year, what are we going to do? Or we're just not going to pay anybody and say, maybe the little guys will beat Goliath next time.
The one that's being spoon-fed Asian, like, superstars. It's just fucking ridiculous, man.
So, the money's not working for us right now. It didn't work for the Mets, the Yankees, but pretty fucking sure it's working for that team out west. So you can't just cower and say, we're going to try this different approach. I don't know what the Brewers' payroll is. I don't know if they're middle of the pack, if they're above middle of the pack. I would assume they're middle somewhere.
Yeah.
How's that working out for the 98-win Brewers or the 97-win Brewers right now?
I think to your point, it's like, and once again, not the financial wizard here. It sounds like you need to bring Schwarber back, obviously, maybe you do move on from Cassie. No maybes about it. You move on from him somehow. Maybe you look into moving on from Bohm. You bring Ranger back.
I would.
You bring Bader back. That's a hole filler, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just fill holes across the lineup.
So, like, all right, let's sport this plan out there.
Yeah.
Bader comes back. Justin Crawford comes up. Your outfield is Bader, Crawford, and then a platoon of Marsh and whoever. Like a Kepler-esque. Not Kepler again, not Castellanos again, but somewhere in that ballpark that's going to hit for better average, right?
Yeah.
Schwarber's your DH. You pay him. Bryce at first, Trey at short. You're not getting just first of all, you're not moving off Bryce Harper. And look, I respect Devin Caney. That was the most insane take. Like WIP.
If you move off Bryce, it's the end. It is like literally the end of.
Like I get it. And he does not escape blame at all.
Yeah.
At all. It's awful.
But he's the core.
Like she just said, this trend that he's on, bro. He's a Silver Slugger and an All-Star in 2024. Like, yeah, he had a down year. He didn't show up. Bryce Harper. Stop. The Trey thing. All right, you want to argue about Trey? You're not getting out of that contract, and he has a no trade clause. So Trey's here. Yeah. Bryce is here. If you bring back Schwarber, Bohm's the guy, right? Like Bohm is the guy at third that's expendable. You move him for whatever, and what does Alex Bregman demand?
That's the type of connector piece you need. I mean, I know we've made it sound complicated, and from a financial point, it probably is. But that's the type of connector piece you need.
But here's where I get frustrated. How goddamn complicated can it be when the Dodgers do what they do?
Yeah, it's fair.
How complicated
can it
be? When they sign Ohtani to, at the time, the richest contract in baseball.
Yeah.
When they sign Mookie and they extend Freddie and they bring in Glasnow and they bring in Teoscar and they bring in Yamamoto and they sign Blake Snell to a top 5 pitcher money.
Who's just found himself.
Like how big of a fucking problem is baseball financially? I don't know. But yeah, the third look, I'm still big name hunting. Like I don't care, man. Like bring back one of them. I would like to bring back 2 of them. Ranger being one. If you bring back Ranger, bring back JT or Schwarber, and then I need one of Alex Bregman, Pete Alonso, Kyle Tucker. One of. Do I think it happens? Honestly, no idea. I wouldn't put it past Dombrowski and Middleton, but I just feel like they're going to go in a different direction. I don't know, man. So let me tell you this, on October 15th, I am concerned about the future of this team. Like, I know a lot of people are. What I mean is I'm concerned about the type of direction they're going to sit back and go, okay, new route. Right. I don't know.
Concerned, like blowing the team up? Is that what you...
No, like concerned as in bringing back like one of them and then making minuscule moves around the diamond. No big names, no big money spent this offseason.
That would be concerning. Yeah. If you only bring back Crawford, one of the 3, big name free agent.
And then do not much else is what that's the concern.
That would be concerning. Yeah, I agree. It'll be interesting, man. We'll see how the rest of the playoffs, the postseason plays out in the MLB. Maybe that can shift some pieces around in the Phillies' favor. Who knows? How do you feel about Topper being back? Like, I know you said earlier, like, obviously you can just fulfill his contract, but...
Yeah, It's tough for me because he was not good this postseason, and it's the second consecutive postseason we have questions about. Like, the Robertson decision in game 1, the bunt from Stott, and then not pinch run Castellanos.
Yeah.
The keep going to Kerkering with inherited runners in scoring position when he hasn't been good with them all year. Don't get me wrong, like Rob Thompson was not good in this series. I'm just a firm believer that this team is not and was not going to win anything when those 3 guys combined for 1 hit in 3 of the 4 games.
Yeah.
Like what was, let me ask you this. Again, people like, oh, the Kerkering decision. What was Rob Thompson supposed to do in the bottom of the 11th when the Phillies had 1 run?
Right. Who would you go who would you go to alternatively?
Yeah. That's the only part I get defensive about. So, but in the same hand, I think this team does need change. So normally that starts there, but I don't know.
And that's I think the perplexing part for me is like, and I saw this question floated out today about the Eagles actually, and it was Victor Williams. Is that his name?
Yeah.
He threw this question out there is like, if it came down to it, it's just a hypothetical. Would you get rid of Sirianni or would you get rid of AJ Brown first? I would get rid of Sirianni, quite honestly. Like, I just don't think he's as valuable as AJ Brown personally. No. When it comes to the Phillies, it's not exactly that situation. Like, pick one or the other, but it's like you said, if you wanted a new flavor of Phillies, right? But you don't want it to be completely different in the sense of, I want Bryce here, I want Schwartz here, I want that pitching staff here. What changes? And it's like, it would be the coaching staff. Right?
I don't know, man. It is a fair question. It is different, but it is fair.
He's going to be willing to change his staff. That's going to be the big question as well. If he brings in at least partially a new staff, that's something we can get around, right? Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
You are spot on with this point. Like, yeah, this isn't something, I guess, that you can just look at from this postseason. It goes back to 22 in the World Series with the decision to take out Wheeler with 80 some pitches and go to Alvarado against Alvarez, who gives up the home run, and we lose in 6. You know, all the Diamondbacks decisions to go to Kimbrel. I remember when he pulled Ranger after like 3 or 4 innings in Arizona. The platoon since 2022 with Stott and Marsh, he's continued to do. You're not wrong. You're not. He has been I'll say this. He has been a very successful regular season manager who does seem to shrink in the postseason, as does his roster, and maybe that's because of the manager. Maybe that's they take on the personality of the manager. I don't know. I have no idea, but
it's hard to know.
We can talk Eagles now, man, because I mean, why not get happy now, right? I did. I guaranteed a double-digit point victory last Thursday.
I was so embarrassed of
one team did win by double digits, Scotty. One team doubled up the other team last Thursday night. Wasn't us.
Didn't it feel so fake, man? I'm not a guy that wants to get into that with Eagles and conspiracy. And I'm not really saying that, but just how ironic, man, that they could just go out there and not only lose, but just get mollywopped by Cam Scatabo and Jackson Dart and just embarrassed, man. I felt ashamed, man. I was ashamed of myself, Bro, I won't even lie to you. Thinking back on it, because I had a few beers in me. I definitely had I had some tears coming out. I was very down, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Part of it was betting. I was losing bets. Yeah. I was the Phillies just lost on this incredible error, and I'm just watching Cam Scatabo dance and do backflips in the end zone. And I was just yo, what alternate universe am I fucking in right now? Because I can't handle this emotionally. And my wife was just what the fuck is wrong with you? don't cry over these loser ass teams,
bro. No, I feel. Look, I don't know that I don't think I shed a tear last Thursday. But I will say
you're probably just angry.
The Phillies ended. I didn't speak a word to anyone in the room with how the game ended. Turned it off. I really had no intrigue in turning the Eagles game on at that point, especially because they already gave up 20 to the Giants in the first half. But I'm looking and I'm it's 2017. we're not really going to lose to the Giants.
Bring me back.
Let me smash Eagles money line live right now. And then I go upstairs, but I'm, turn it on. Still, I haven't spoken a word out loud this entire time until Jalen Hurts misses Devontae Smith for what would have been like a 90-yard walk-in touchdown. And then I lost my mind. And
painful. Yeah.
They give up a field goal. He drives them back down the field. There's some rhythm to the offense. They're kind of picking up tempo, and you just watch that drop back, and you could feel something's coming.
You knew it.
And he throws the pick, and it's his first pick of the season in that spot. Obviously, the Eagles never
first pick in like 20 games, 20-plus games. Look, on the night the Phillies are eliminated from the playoffs, Jalen throws his first interception in 21 games or some shit.
Yeah, the defense, specifically the run defense, is a problem.
They look really
Jalen Carter doesn't play in this game. Quinyon Mitchell gets hurt.
Yeah,
Darius Smith retires this week. Still no Nolan Smith. Like, there's injuries all across the board that they have to diagnose defensively, because this is not the same Vic Fangio team-led defense they had, last year or in the first 3 weeks of this season, right? There's a lot going on right now with that. Behind that Giants offensive line, man. Like, we're just getting bullied and punked at that point. But then you get to the offense, who goes scoreless in the second half, man. But this has been the biggest conversation. So let's start there, because I am ready to get into it. I am ready to argue if anyone like Martian wants to get to it, man, because what Jalen Hurts conversation would anyone like to have? What conversation? Did he play well? No. Can he throw that pick? No. Can he miss Devontae Smith wide open? No. What conversation?
He sucks. That's what I'm seeing in the
conversation. The conversation where less than a year ago he was hoisting the Lombardi. Because here's what I know. Because the big conversation right now is players versus coaches. And I saw a former player in Ike Reese and I think Spike Eskin talking about on WIP that it's players right now. And I'm not saying the players aren't at fault. They are. But here's what I know. I know, and I've seen, just like you've all seen, one guy win at the biggest level. One guy make the biggest throws in the biggest game. One guy hoist a trophy and get a ring. I've yet to see Kevin Patullo call plays at this level. That's what I see as the issue.
Yeah.
I just don't know, bro. Like, all right, everyone wanted the passing yards, right? Everyone wanted this. He was 24 for 33 for 283, a passing touchdown, and threw his first interception of the year in week 6. His first interception came in week 6. Yeah, it can't happen. I get it. It's in that spot. They're trying to come back. It can't happen. It's his first pick in week 6. Just turned the ball over 3 times in a loss on Monday night. Jaden Daniels. You know who also lost to the same New York Giants team a few weeks ago? Justin Herbert. You know who turned the ball over and just lost in Atlanta? Josh Allen, who's also lost back-to-back games. But they're still the guys. Those teams are still okay.
Detroit goes to Kansas City, loses by double digits.
Yeah.
Fine.
But the Eagles beat that same Kansas City team.
In Kansas City. That's fine, though. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, it just puts us in this perplexing space because, like, okay, if opposing fan bases want to say this shit about Jalen, we can ignore it. When our own fans are just stooping down to this level, it gets a little ridiculous. And I have to start the question, Martian, like, between you and Brian Pumper, I'm wondering which one of y'all is Howard Eskin. Because Brian Pumper comes on here talking about Tanner McKee all the time. I just saw Howard Eskin on the Dan Saleo show on Jakob Sports or whatever, talking about Tanner McKee needs to start. Yeah. We shouldn't be taking our advice from Howard Eskin, guys. Sorry. I don't think he's watching and locked into the film.
Let me just say this. I get what you're saying. That's a fair point. I care what happens in-house. I don't care about anybody else's backyard. Well, I bring that up to say it happens. It's 18 weeks of football. None of them are perfect. They're going to turn the ball over. They're going to miss wide open receivers from time to time. It's going to happen.
There's 2 quarterbacks that are playing like elite football right now. It's Patrick Mahomes and it's Baker Mayfield.
Wait. Say those 2 names again.
Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield. Oh, the Eagles did.
Did we play those teams?
Both of those quarterbacks. Yeah, it's a great point. I wasn't even thinking about that as I say it, but like, those are the MVP favorites, right? Everybody else, the league has parity right now, and I say Mahomes is an MVP favorite. His team is what, 3-3 right now?
Yeah.
Like, we gotta just chill out, man. Let these guys figure it out. How can you sit here and watch like AJ and Smitty's route trees week to week? You'll see route trees from other teams for their star receivers, and you think that this is just Jalen,
right?
Like, that just feels like the easy way out, man. Like,
because again, we've seen Jalen and we've seen AJ and we've seen Smitty
all
with
perform at a high level.
different play callers.
Yeah.
And we see what it looks like. Those common denominators are within your offense still. There's one difference. That's the difference I see.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Jalen doesn't get criticism, but when you're talking about what's different from last year to this year, brother, it ain't that Jalen Hurts just all automatically sucks this year. Like I said it after week 4 going into the Denver game. And then I said it again this week. This dude lacks intelligence. His comments this week about how they had a great team meeting and they really want to get to running the football, that lacks intelligence. Because again, Kevin, when I say I want you to run, when I say I want you to throw the ball, that does not mean only throw the football. So let's go back to these 2 losses, Scotty. Let's take a gander at what happened these last 2 games, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. In these last 2 games, Jalen Hurts threw the ball 38 times. In game 1, Saquon Barkley carried it 6 times. In game 2, Jalen Hurts threw the ball 33 times. Saquon Barkley carried it 12 times. Jalen threw for 280 and 283. The first week, 2 passing touchdowns, no turnovers. This week, 1 passing touchdown, 1 turnover. You got your numbers. It's just not balanced.
It's not the way we play football. At the end of the day, it's not the way we win football games. It's not. You're right. It is changed from last year. We can't run the football right now. Like that, whether it's we can't or we just don't, it's hard to tell right now the last few weeks because we haven't tried it. And, you know, the other question that kind of lingers off of that is Saquon healthy?
I'd take it a step further. I don't think the offensive line is healthy, bro. I don't think
they're definitely not. They're definitely not. I'm just saying, like, the minimal touches for Saquon. Like, why?
Because I think the man lacks intelligence, Scotty. And when he does touch the football, it's in between the tackles. It's in the gaps. There's barely any runs outside where they were most effective last year. He talked about the RPOs and how, they want to run the ball more, but there's been a lot of throws. I think it was Shane Haff went back and pointed it out after that comment. There's been 12 total throws off of an RPO this season from Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
In 6 weeks, 12 total throws. You're bullshitting. You're lying. Dan Orlovsky, even though he gets on my nerves, even though he talks about other teams and other quarterbacks differently when they're struggling, pointed it out every week after week. It's too simple. They line up in the gun, it's a pass. They line up under center or in the pistol, it's a run. 99% of the time.
Yeah.
It's too predictable. It's too bland. It's too vanilla. That's the problem.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I don't, it's not to say that that's not criminal.
Yeah,
it's
an awful miss.
It's a horrible. And the interception was horrible. It looked like AJ was open in the end zone. I don't know. I don't sit here and watch film every week and know these coverages like the back of my hand. It looked like AJ was open in the back of the end zone. It did. He missed a read. He threw an interception. It happens. We point out Josh Allen and the Bills because Josh Allen just won the fucking MVP. They called this man the best football player in the NFL, and he threw 2 interceptions on Monday Night Football.
To a team that lost 30-0 against the Carolina Panthers. Jaden Daniels just turned the ball over 3 times at home to the Chicago Bears and lost. Justin Herbert and the Chargers were playing unbelievable after 3 weeks. The same Giants team that we're laughing at about losing to, Justin Herbert played in the same stadium and lost a few weeks ago and turned the ball over twice. It's not, look, this conversation is not meant to be a positive one. The Eagles look awful the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Of the second half of Denver and all of last week. The defense, the run defense is inexcusable. The offense, the lack of the run, the lack of the pass, whatever it is, the play calling, the route concepts, A.J. Brown, whatever, it's inexcusable.
Yeah.
But like I want to go back to this because D-Rabbit pointed it out too that, we were 2-2 last year. Then we got the 4-2 and there were still doubts. We're 4-2 now. Martian says, but we won 2 straight games at that point. Now we've lost 2 straight. We're trending negatively, not positively. Do we just forget how to act when things go sour for a second? Because we won 20 of 21 games and then won a Super Bowl? I'm not saying it's okay. But like, do you think the Buffalo Bills fans don't think they're in Super Bowl contention anymore because they've lost 2 straight games?
Right. It's a tough conversation because we're at this mixture point, and you have the last 2 seasons as historical context. You have the 23 season, right? And you have the 24 season, and they're just like completely different results at the end of those.
Whoa.
What's good?
No. I'll go back and find the clips. I'll go back. Scotty, do I not recall the game Jalen left in when he got concussed and Jaden scored 5 touchdowns and came back and beat us? I recall someone by the name of Martian coming on here and talking about that man dicing us up and how nice the young kid is. No. We said how many interceptions he threw in the same game. You kept saying it didn't matter. He scored when we needed it. No.
Martian, are you pumped, man?
No.
Are you getting your aliases mixed up?
No.
I'm just playing, Martian. I'm really kidding. Pump Man's a whole nother level for sure. Brian Pumper.
I'm surprised he's not here, man. Normally he's only here for the next.
This would be a prime pristine moment for him to show his face. He would be able to say he was right for that night. But no, I feel it. I get it. Like, that was a horrible loss to the New York Giants. It was supposed to be a bounce back game. Like, that's what it comes down to. We thought that this team would come out and be hungry on Thursday Night Football. Hungry. There he is. Yo, that's ironic. Yo, that is ironic. I don't even know what. Yo, good to see you, Pupper. That is crazy. Welcome. It is good to see you on this fine hump day, my man. Oh, wow. That is so ironic.
They're both Martian.
I swear to God.
Or should I say Howard?
Howard Eskin, no. They want Tanner McKee, man. Oh my goodness.
We were just discussing how this would be like your type of show. The negativity's on the rise, the positivity's way down low.
They spoke it into existence. You know what? I blame them. I blame Martian and I blame Pumper for last Thursday. They spoke it into existence.
I mean, guys, the name of the show is right below me.
You got to manifest greatness.
Faithful, and we're supposed to be fanatics. Do you not get it?
Oh man, I was sitting there. It's so funny. I was sitting there on that Thursday night, like, oh, those motherfuckers, Pumper and Martian, putting that negativity into the air, and look at where we're at now. And then in return, by them putting the negativity in the air, I put my chest out and made myself look like an asshole.
Yeah.
So I was just really embarrassed when I woke up Friday morning. These teams embarrass me. Like, it just, it's. But maybe that does. Maybe that's
play on. It's play on of words, Martian. It's play on.
That's fair.
We're in Philly, PH. Come on, man. Put 2 and 2 together. I thought we were fucking creative with this. All right. I got any more negativity to get out of me, Scotty? Do you?
I've got no more to give to it, man. I'm really trying to turn the corner and get some positivity flowing. We got the Sixers, we got Joel looking spry. He's out there playing one-on-one. He's out there at the blue and white scrimmage. And I need the Eagles to bounce back this weekend. Like I mean, we'll get into it on Friday. We'll get into it on Sunday morning. But man, if Quinyon Mitchell cannot play in this game,
it's a good point. Well, I'll tell you this. I hope JJ McCarthy's playing now.
I just don't even want like the wins. We don't need any like other like tricky narratives going into this game. We just simply need to focus on what's at hand and bounce back and get on the right path, man. So,
yeah, no, listen, the Quinyon thing's going to be big. I did see today Quinyon, Landon, and Jalen Carter all practicing. To your point, before we do get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So, like, Adoree Jackson, just do me a favor and hang those cleats up, brother. Because
yeah, why don't you retire?
No, because because not only can you not cover anymore or anyone, your attempt at tackling,
no effort.
No, I mean, we saw the Cam Scatterbo touchdown where he just tried to use his shoulder. I've seen multiple plays. We remember earlier in the year, we were talking about him falling over and like not like,
yeah,
it's just so fake. Like the effort looks so fake out there from Adoree Jackson. And Kelly Ringo can have all the effort he wants. Dude, fucking stinks. Like it's not working. Yeah, but
I'll give
you 2 to 3 minutes. 2 to 3 minutes of some Joel talk because I'm back in.
I did just want to ask you one question to end the Eagles segment. Why did Zadarius Smith retire?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's a great question. Like,
isn't it? I mean, it's just so weird. The only thing that would make it not weird is if our locker room is truly a drama-filled mess. Like that would make it not weird that he retired. But
maybe. But like,
I don't know.
I don't know either. Because like it does like his press conference before about like coming back or whatever was like I still have so much left in the tank. I don't know. Maybe his body just started to feel it after a couple weeks and was like I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
No idea. But yeah, man, Joel looks great.
PG's practicing.
I don't know if you saw the up and under from PG on little Tyrese earlier. That clip from practice today.
PG's practicing.
Listen.
So VJ's
beyond how they look healthy, whatever. I'll say this: them doing the one, just going through ones, and like Joel dominating, PG getting Maxi, and blah blah blah. Like PG got Maxi an up and under, and then Maxi took the ball and launched it, and they were all laughing. Are vibes high or are vibes high, Scotty?
Yeah, guys are feeling good. I think Joel got his mechanical knee implanted this summer, man. I think he's feeling good.
Bro.
I think he's feeling good.
Ace Bailey a little injured right now, pump man.
He's got knee tendonitis in both knees.
I'm not like making fun of him. I don't mean to be like, yeah, fuck him. I just mean like
that.
Imagine like it would have been.
I do want VJ to be better though.
If he came here and had knee tendonitis right now, we'd be like, oh my God, fuck again.
But it would fit in. But I do, like, to be clear, I want VJ to be better than Ace. So this is a good start towards that. Like, at the end of the day, like, for my, like, own, like, I don't know, my own, like, self-happiness, I would like VJ to be better than Ace Bailey. So let's hope for that.
Yeah, me too. And then, obviously, Nick Nurse said the other day that, what was the exact line, Scotty? A 3-guard lineup is not out of the question. Was that the conversation? Was that the quote somewhere?
Which makes sense with the roster, quite honestly. So,
I'm in for a Tyrese, Grimes, VJ,
and Joel.
PG, Joel.
Yeah, Joel. That's the
great point. Great point.
That's the key there. Because 3-guard lineup last year sucked, right? Because no Joel. You put Joel with 3 guards, it looks a lot better. Floor spacing, and then you got PG to defend wings. So we got some pieces, man. I do like Trenton Watford once again. We'll see where this season goes, man. We'll get a full season preview in on the upcoming shows, but Yeah, I know Martian said excited is a strong word earlier. I won't lie to you, man. I love basketball. Like, yeah, I'm excited for six. Yo, they brought back hip hop.
Yeah.
I mean, they're bringing
Yeah,
back
they
like
did.
all the vibes, you know, like they're trying. They're trying. Like, you got
Listen,
to give them credit for that.
if there was one team over the past 5 years that just really almost felt like they would stick it to the fans or not give a fuck what the fans wanted or thought, it was the Sixers.
Yeah.
I'll take a little bit of pandering from the Sixers right now. I'm down bad.
Exactly.
I'm down
Exactly.
bad. The black unis are back, but that's not enough. Hip hop's coming back for a couple of dates. I'll take it. I'll take it. But with that said, guys, that is going to do it for this Wednesday episode of the Phaithful Phanatics Show. We will be live on the Turf Talk channel tomorrow night,
Yes,
recapping week 6, updating our power rankings and tiers, and talking a little bit about Thursday night football. And then I'm sure we'll be live Friday afternoon, talking more Sixers, more Eagles, Vikings, and then, of course, Eagles pregame live this weekend. For myself, for Scotty, for DSM, enjoy the rest of your night and subscribe.
Go Birds.